Hello, beautiful beings of planet Earth and beyond. Welcome to another video on the channel of Ancient Ascension. My name is Paula, and today I just want to share with you 5 simple tips to help you begin and deepen your meditation practice. Why am I making this video? Because for me, meditation has absolutely changed me, helps me stay so centered, and meditation has become one of my most sacred practices in my life. And I know that a lot of people have this idea about meditation, or they hear about the benefits, but they don't know how to start. They don't really know how to bring the practice into their lives. And I want to share these tips with you because it's such an incredible, empowering, potent practice that can really help us navigate our lives, can help us find more clarity, can help us stay calm, can help with anxiety and depression. I mean, the list just goes on and on with the real benefits of the amazing sacred practice of meditation. If you are new here, my name is Paula. Once again, I am a massage therapist. I'm a yoga teacher. I am a Reiki master. I've taught meditation for many years, and I live and work in Ecuador at a plant medicine retreat healing center. And even though I have encompassed my whole world around the realm of plant medicine ceremonies, I still believe that meditation is one of the most powerful tools and practices that we can use in our life beyond plant medicine, beyond ayahuasca, beyond San Pedro, beyond all these amazing medicines that the earth has provided for us. Medicines themselves are just tools. They're just doorways. They're just a session of information, basically, is what they are. And it's very similar to meditation. And in my experience and in my life, meditation is the key. Meditation is the daily practice that we can actually anchor into. Instead of having this profound journey on medicines and trying to integrate that experience, meditation can be cultivated every day. Meditation can become this deep practice, this deep inward focus where we can travel and we can have these profound experiences beyond what we receive in plant medicine ceremonies. So I just want to share these tips in the hopes that they can help you form a deeper meditation practice in your life and can help you really welcome in this sacred practice into your life, because everyone deserves that. And I just want to share these tips so maybe to make it feel more inviting to you and more approachable to you. So my first tip, I'm going to get right into it, is to start small and be consistent. 3 minutes of meditation every day goes so much further than 1 hour of meditation a week, because meditation helps us flex our focus muscle and helps us enter into these states. And it's a lot easier to build upon this practice if you're consistent with it. And, people always think like meditation should be at least 30 minutes to 60 minutes or more. And that's so overwhelming. First of all, I don't have 60 minutes every single day to sit like a monk and go inside myself. I wish I did. And I'm sure I do if I really took the time to cultivate that practice. But a lot of us, that's so overwhelming to try and carve out that time and to try and sit in stillness for 60 minutes, especially if you're just beginning. I'm telling you, 2 minutes to 5 minutes a day can seriously start to transform your life and your peace of mind and your anxiety and your depression and your emotional regulation and increasing your self-awareness. Consistency builds the ritual. And consistency builds this feeling of coming home. Every time I go into meditation, I feel like I'm coming home. And when we aren't consistent with it, that space doesn't feel like we're coming home. It feels kind of foreign. If we let so much time pass by between meditations, it's like, oh yeah, I should meditate. So I go into the space and it doesn't feel like coming home. But when it's that daily practice, all you have to do to start is setting a timer on your phone for 2 or 3 minutes, or 5 minutes if you can. Set your timer. Close your eyes, find stillness, don't play music, just be in silence, and just be there for that time. That's it. There's nothing more to it than that, but it's just blocking out that time in the beginning to close your eyes and just turn your attention inward. Don't worry about your thoughts. Don't worry about your breath. Don't worry about if you're doing it right or not. I'll get to that point later. But just carving out that little bit of time every day is really going to propel you into cultivating a deeper practice and waking up that desire to sit in that space longer. Okay, so start small, super small, 2 minutes. Set your timer, close your eyes, and just be. Just be. For those 2 minutes. It's a really good place to start. Remember, we don't have to be yogis. We don't have to go to the Himalayas to learn how to meditate. It's a super simple practice that just takes consistency to start to get into the flow of the meditation practice. See it as a daily commitment to yourself and see it as a sacred practice. Not just something that you should do and people say it's good, so I'm deciding to do it. No, it's a commitment to knowing yourself. It's a commitment to helping yourself heal and center and align and feel more clear, feel more calm, feel more centered. Number 2 is a really good tip. I was talking to my partner about what he would recommend, and he actually said this one, and I thought it was really good to incorporate it. When you're starting out, a really good place to start are focus meditations. Focus meditations, because so much of meditation is flexing the muscle of focus. Okay, and we are such distracted beings. We love to be everywhere all at once, and it's really important to start to flex the muscle of focus, real focus. And so what I mean by focus meditation is when you're starting out, you can use tools like a candle, like a flame. You can stare into the flame for those 2 minutes on your timer. You can find a beautiful photo of a mandala or, some photo that is very trance-like, a mandala, pictures like that, and you can just focus on it for 2 minutes. A drum is huge. If you can get your hands on a drum and set your timer, close your eyes and play your drum for 2 minutes straight, having something to focus on, like the drumming or staring directly into the candlelight, or even starting with the focus meditation of a walking meditation and just setting the timer on your phone and focusing your attention on your feet walking on the earth and moving super slow, or focusing on your breathing for the entire time, for the 2 minutes or the 5 minutes that you set your alarm, focusing on your breath. So, or even sitting outside for 2 minutes and focusing on a cloud or focusing on a leaf or a blade of grass. That can really be helpful when you're starting. Instead of just closing your eyes and going into this empty space or the space within your mind or the inner energies within, which can be kind of frustrating for people. People think that you have to sit in meditation and all of a sudden you're in this realm of nothingness, and that's just not the reality for a lot of us, especially in the beginning. So having something to focus on is going to help you develop that muscle of focus. And don't worry if you lose focus of the flame, just come back again, and there is no need for the energy of judgment or frustration in the meditation practice. We're very distracted beings, and especially when we're just beginning, focus is such a powerful tool, and it's really helpful to have something to focus on. So in the beginning, you can set your timer, you can light a candle, and you can find stillness in your body, however you want to be, and just focus on the flame for that time. That's going to help you start to really work that muscle of seeing it as a sacred practice, and bringing your muscle of focus into the practice from the beginning. I think that's an amazing tip, and I'm really grateful that he shared that. So that's number 2, focus meditations. And number 3 is such an important one for me, is to be comfortable. Be comfortable. You do not have to sit in lotus pose, full lotus pose, and even crisscross applesauce. You don't have to sit in that position to meditate. Okay, I know for a lot of people that's a painful position. You can sit in a chair, you can sit your back against a wall, you can sit on a pillow, you can even lay down on the ground. I have such amazing meditations laying on my back on the earth or on the floor in my house. Especially in the beginning, you want to find a position without pain. Okay, if every time that I went to meditate and I thought I had to put myself in this painful position, I would not have a meditation practice, because that's a sure way that naturally we're going to stop doing it because it's painful. So in the beginning, it's really helpful to just know that you can be comfortable. If you're going to lay on the ground, maybe do it in the afternoon or at a time in the day where you're not going to fall asleep and you can really focus. I think there's like this stigma that we have to sit in full lotus pose and, have our mudras in our hands and our spine straight, and we have to be still. And yeah, there's so much power in that position, and if you can get into it, it's amazing. And maybe it will be helpful for you if you can lean your back on a wall in that position. But if you choose not to sit in full lotus pose, it doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong or you're not a correct meditator. It just means that your body requires a different position. So I think that's important. It's not like meditation is not a one-size-fits-all practice. That's for sure. And it's important that we make the practice unique to ourselves and find our own rituals in it. Maybe you place a pillow under your knees when you lay on your back to help decompress your low back. Or maybe you put your legs up the wall and you lay on the floor. Find different postures in restorative yoga and go into meditation that way. Meditation is about deepening the relationship that we have to our inner world. At least that's what it is for me. So listening to what our physical body needs, paying attention to what it's asking for, even standing. Sometimes I like to stand and close my eyes outside and enter a meditative state. But starting to make it more personal, it's not... I just don't feel like everyone meditates in full lotus all the time, and I'm just here to remind you, this is your permission that you don't have to meditate in that pose, especially if it causes you pain in your knees or in your low back. When starting out, set the timer, do a focus meditation, and find a comfortable position in your body so you can really work on that focus muscle instead of working on blocking pain from your mind. Okay, that can come way later in your practice. That's not really a thing that we need to start with, in my opinion. And these are just my tips. I do not claim to be a meditation guru, master. Like, I just have such a deep practice of meditation, and it has become something so sacred to me that I just thought that what works for me and my tips for you can help you too. Take it or leave it. If you resonate with what I say, awesome. If not, there's a million meditation guru masters out there who I'm sure know way more than me. But I just share this in the hopes that it can help you. Number 4 is stop worrying if you're meditating correctly, and stop expecting so much from your meditation practice, especially in the beginning. Okay? Everyone's meditation experience is their own, and it's unique to them. You have to discover what meditation means to you and why you're doing it. You have to find the clear purpose of your why. That's the only way you're really going to continue to deepen this practice. Okay, in my experience, meditation is not about being completely empty. It's about observation and exploration. It is a deep journey within. And be patient as you start to build this relationship to your inner world. In my experience, my meditation practice is so personal to me. So personal. Sometimes it's like I'm journeying into the cells of my body, or I'm journeying through memories or past lives, or having crazy downloads and awakenings. But also, sometimes it is that space of nothingness. Sometimes my mind is chattering a lot, and I observe the thoughts, and I don't try to change my practice in that day. I just notice, like, wow, my mind is super busy today, or wow, like nothing's really coming through. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful, because you just really have to be careful with your expectations. And meditation is like a slow build, and it's be patient with the development of your relationship with the practice. It does take time. It takes time for us to really understand how to explore our inner world. It takes time for us to understand what meditation means and is to each of us, because it's unique to all of us. It takes time to see the benefits sometimes. It takes time to understand your why and what this practice is offering you, because each of our relationship to our inner world, our inner energies, what lies beneath the surface, it's so different. It's so different for each of us. And that's beautiful, right? Like, we can have our own relationship to ourself and the world that exists within us. And for me, meditation is the chance to deepen that relationship and to deepen that journey within. So seriously, I'm here to remind you, stop worrying if you're meditating right, and try to release your expectations on the practice. Just take the time to go within yourself. Once you have that focus muscle engaged, maybe for the first week doing focus meditations, and then you can start to drop the focus part and just be comfortable in your body. Stop moving your body, find stillness. Be in silence, no music, just the sounds of nature or the sounds in your home. And, you drop that outer focus and you close your eyes and you start the inner focus work, because you've already flexed that focus muscle. The power of focus, silence, and stillness is some of the most powerful medicine in my life. Absolutely. There is so much to be gained in focus, silence, and stillness, aka meditation. So seriously, don't worry. Don't worry if you're doing it right. It's your practice. It's your practice to have. It's your journey within. It's your sacred time. And the last tip that I have for you, which is really helpful, is to create a sacred space for your sacred practice. Like a certain corner of your house or inside a certain room or a peaceful place outside, maybe a place, under a tree that feels really comforting to you or with a view that makes you feel inspired. Creating a sacred space. And before you meditate, making sure that space is super clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Maybe you light an incense. Maybe you burn some herbs so that you can always attune your meditation practice to certain smells. Anything that you can do to make it feel a little more sacred, like, maybe before you have your meditation practice, you just clean the area, or you light a candle, or you burn the herbs, or you really set the space. That's so helpful because that little practice of setting the space, like a sacred space, helps you recognize and get into the practice that, I'm creating this sacred space for this sacred practice because I am sacred. And my time and my energy and my practices deserve that sacredness for me to put into them, right? Because meditation is a powerful, powerful key. And it's a practice that should be treated as a sacred act. Absolutely. And be intentional on when and where you meditate. Setting the space will help you be more dedicated, and it will help it to feel more special. It is a special thing that humans are able to do, meditation. Like, woo, you can have crazy, crazy experiences, healing experiences on meditation. So from the very beginning, when you're starting out this meditation practice, try to treat it super sacred, as if you're entering a ceremony. You can set it up as a ceremony space. Even if you're just meditating for 2 to 5 minutes, it doesn't matter, because that time that we spend going within is some of the best use of our time in this life. Absolutely. When we stop the outside noise and we stop spewing our energy outward, and we take that practice seriously to close our eyes and go into ourselves and start to build that relationship with who and what we are inside. Wow. So much magic, so much awareness, so much clarity, so much calm, so much groundedness is going to start to flood in because we are paying attention to what's happening inside. And remember that the energies that we feel and hold within, the outer world is directly reflecting that. So if you want to change your life, if you want to be a better version of yourself, one of the best places to start is meditation. Meditation, because you can start to clearly see what's happening inside, right? So those are my 5 tips. Start small and be consistent. Set the timer 2 to 5 minutes. Focus meditations. Use tools in the beginning. Be comfortable. Give yourself the permission to sit or lay or stand in any way that feels okay in your body. Stop worrying if you are doing it right. Release those expectations that make you feel disappointed, and create a sacred space for your sacred practice. I share these tips because in my life, I truly look forward to my meditative moments. Like, they're so sacred to me, and they give me so much clarity and so much information. And for me, stillness and silence are a pure, pure form of truth in my life. Stillness and silence are one of the purest forms of truth in my life. In a world full of chaos and untruths and so much illusion, why not make it a practice to connect to the truths in our lives? And through stillness and silence, I am sure that you can connect to the own truths in your life too. There is nothing more real than the sacred there is nothing more real than the sacred I cannot talk than the sacred exploration beneath the surface. It's a super sacred practice to do, in my opinion. It's like it's become this whole journey and exploration and understanding of who and what I am underneath it all. You know, the energies that I hold. And remember that meditation looks and feels different every time. Sometimes it's spacious and quiet. Sometimes it's deep and healing. Sometimes information floods through. Sometimes memories come back. Sometimes it's just a moment of quiet and nothing more than that. So remember that it looks different, you know, and our practice ebbs and flows. And it's an act of turning our attention inward to explore, to observe, to let go, to call in, or to just be. Your inner world, your soul, craves your inward attention. When we really start to anchor into our own practice of meditation, at least for me, I realized how much my soul, my eternal essence, the energies within were craving me to pay attention to them. And it just deepens the more you do it. And remember that all of the clarity, all of the answers that we're seeking in this world, they are inside. They are located inside. Because we are ancient, we are remembering, and we are sacred. Okay, we live in a world, I want to make another video about this, but we live in a world where everyone is grabbing for everything and anything they can outside of themselves. Okay? And now we're recognizing, like, I still have questions. I'm still not clear. I still don't feel healed. I still don't feel okay. It's because we're reaching in the wrong direction. All of the clarity, all of the answers, all of the information lies inside. It sounds so cliche, but it's so true. We are ancient. We hold the memory of humanity in our bodies, the memory of the universe in our bodies, because we contain the spirit of water. We hold the knowledge and the wisdom of the earth because we eat her. I mean, we hold all the amazing energies and magic and freshness because we're constantly breathing in this reality. Okay, everything that we need to know, to feel, to move through, to walk through, to create, all of that stuff that we're seeking outside is held within our bodies. And for me, the only way that I've been able to access that information, to access that clarity, to access that sense of groundedness, to access that pure alignment is through meditation. Literally, beyond all the plant medicine ceremonies that I've done, meditation is the key that will set you free. Okay? I have been receiving lots of comments that y'all would like me to make guided meditations. So I'm going to start working on that because meditation is so powerful. And I want to share what I know in my own practice with y'all because I love you and I want to continue to help you. Let me know if you have any other tips for people who are just beginning to meditate or what helps you or what works for you. I would love to hear it because there's a million things that we can do to deepen our practice, to really anchor in our practice into our lives. And I would love to hear what works for each of you. Happy meditating. I seriously pray that y'all can anchor in this practice into your life and start to receive the amazing benefits and the amazing wisdom and information and higher awareness that we gain from this simple, free tool that we all have in our lives, that tool called meditation. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of stuff. All my love to you, all my blessings, and keep on doing that good work. Never forget how sacred you are, how loved you are, and how much you matter in this world.